Welcome everyone. My name is Caitlin Gaston. I'm lead artistic educator based out of Atlanta, Georgia. Love working for PRAVANA. So excited to be here today to talk about summer fun formulas. Again, apologize for the technological issues. It's always like that. We all know it. So we're going to go ahead and start off by kind of giving a rundown of what we're going to talk about today. I have 3 different formulas for you guys. You can see my lovely ladies here in the back. We're going to start off with a blonde formula that is just going to be enhancing your blonding, more of a whisper of a formula, something soft. Then we're going to go into something a little bit bolder that gets people talking. And then we've got our shout. So whisper, talk, and shout is what we're going to go through for formulas today. So first, again, welcome. So excited for you guys to be here. I don't know if you can see my beautiful girl. She's right up in the front. And we're going to talk about the formula that I used for her tone. I'm using ChromaSilk HydraGloss, which is our Demi-Permanent option for glossing, toning, gray blending, enhancing the richness and tone of your formulas. This here is the 9 GBV. And I think Sam is going to be putting these formulas in the chat for you guys so that you can see what we are utilizing today. So it's a combo of the 9 GBV and 9 NT. So I went, and this mannequin that you're looking at right here is actually the technique in our Blonde Brilliance class that Melody Larissa came up for us. And we are teaching it in salon-centric stores. And I believe that you can book that with us as well. So here you can see, I did one side a little bit of a bolder face frame. This is the untoned side here. You can see it's got a little bit of more warmth to it, which is good, but we want a little bit more of controlled warmth. So here is where I've actually gone in and toned her. So you can see that it's a really, really soft, beautiful, but still warm. In the summertime, it's nice for us to embrace the warmth because we know that we're going to be outside, and our clients, you tell them, don't go to the pool, don't go into the water, they're going to do it anyway. So if it's nice that we can embrace the warmth, but if we can have a little bit of the controlled warmth, which you can see here, and again, I'll show you the boxes again, 9 GBV and 9 NT. So what the GBV does is it has the gold in there, but the BV, which is the blue violet, just kind of softens that a little bit, giving you more of a vanilla tone to it. Again, I'll get a little bit closer so you guys can see. This is our untoned side. Still beautiful. I did use PRAVANA. Thanks, Amanda. I did use PRAVANA Ultra Lightener as my lifting agent. And again, I did a bolder face frame. This was during a class. Over here is a little bit of a softer face frame, but this is the toned side. So we can look down to here. Got my beautiful big windows in my suite to give you guys all the light that I could. And my summer nails, guys. This is my summer fun formula nails for you. My 8-year-old chooses my nail colors. Just, I don't know if you guys have he is always involved. So here are my summer fun nails for you guys. He said they need to look like, what did he say? Sunset glitter nails. So these are specifically for this class. So you're welcome. So you can see here. Here we go. Unblended and toned. And this is toned here. All right. So what I really like also about toning blonde with HydraGloss is that it's so easy to shift the tonality of the finish. So again, here is just a soft kind of vanilla blonde formula, but if we were to switch the 9 GBV, which is with our 9G alone, it's going to give even a little bit of a warmer finish, and some people want that more of like a butterscotch blonde for the summertime. Again, also remember that when we are using HydraGloss, we are mixing equal parts HydraGloss with our PRAVANA Zero Lift Cream Developer. So it is equal parts. So if you've got 40 grams of your formula, then you're going to be using 40 grams of your developer. And remember to use a scale, please. It's gonna be great for you, make your life a lot easier. Okay. So we will come back to her later, maybe style her for a little bit at the end. I did go ahead and just make all of my mannequins for you today smoothed out and straight so that you could really see the tone again. Really, really pretty. Look at all the shine on that. So nice. Okay, thank you. We're gonna switch her out. And in true me fashion, this beautiful woman just had her appointment an hour ago, so she is fresh. I wanted to show you guys in the example of how to get this done. I wanted to also, yes, 9GP is amazing, amazing tool. Okay, so here, as with all the mannequins that I'm showing you today, I wanted to show you the unfinished side and the finished side. So here our mannequin is, she's about a level 6, 7, a warm brown, but I wanted to really richen her up. So this formula is actually the base for this formula. A bit closer for you. The base for this formula is our HydraGloss again, which can you tell this is my favorite. 6GC. This is a newer shade that PRAVANA came out with, blessed us with. You can see how much richness this created for us here for the base. Again, this is mixed with only 0 lift. No, you can't mix it with 10, 20. If you do, you're just wasting your product. 0 lift is what you're going to use to be mixing the HydraGloss. So you can see the depth of the color and how beautiful the deposit is. Now I started this mannequin by basing her entire head first, well, the half side that I worked on. So you can see all the way through, the color is all the way through the base. So then I went through and did a back combed face frame. So you can see here, I lift her up for you. I did a weave in the front, so it's really soft, followed directly by a slice. So you can see how it gives a little pop to it. Same thing around the ear. Okay. And then started skipping bigger sections through the back. And this technique is actually also available in one of our classes. Is going to be the copper balayage class. And we have amazing education available for you guys this year. Some really, really good techniques that are easy, fast. I was able to finish this side of the mannequin, and application was less than 20 minutes. So you can imagine full head, 40 minutes processes. I used the ultra lightener as well for her highlights today, just because I needed that little extra lift since she was, you know, a last minute client. We all know how that goes. So I did back comb all of her balayage. Let me move her back a little so you guys can see. She keeps wanting to go down. Come on, girl. We want to see you. Here we go. Okay, so I did want to keep her off of her base just so that the 6GC was really rich and didn't have highlights all the way through the top. A lot of our brunette clients do need their brunette base or their copper base, because when their growth comes in, if we don't have a buffer between the highlight, then we're creating more high maintenance. And what is something in the summer that happens with our clients? Where do they go? They're not usually coming in as regularly. They need something a little bit to last a little bit longer. They need something a little more low maintenance, but they still want to look, you know, rich and fun and enjoy summer with something different. So this is perfect for them. So I went through again and did all of the balayage, and then the tone is actually something that I utilize all the time on my coppers, because, and I will change the formula a little bit if my client's like, oh, I wanted a little bit more orange copper this time, or I wanted a little bit more red copper this time, or I want it to be a little bit lighter, more metallic. That's where HydraGloss comes in once again. So the formula for that I utilized over the balayage, and I am the girl that will put a little bit of everything in a formula. Okay, I'm not afraid. I usually don't Having the base be one color is, I'm very proud of myself for the restraint, but usually I am over here putting a billion things, and that was what I did right now. But don't get scared. It's very simple. It makes sense. So when I finished lifting her hair, she was about a level 8. She was not a 9. There's no reason to lift it that light. She was about a level 8. Some pieces of it were actually a level 7, but that's okay because the formula that I created lands about a 7.5, 8. And I'll explain that to you. Okay, so first I mixed. Okay, we've got the 2 level 7s here, 7C and 7G. I did 10 grams of each of these colors. And then I added 15 grams of 9G here. And then I only added 3 grams of 5R. The reason why I only added just a little bit of this, I wanted it to have a more rose finish, a little bit of red in there, but I wanted it to actually still speak copper. And the reason I also used the 7G and 9G is because I wanted it to be a level 8 and to soften it a little bit as well and add that metallic shine to it. Because when you're adding gold into something, it actually is like kind of shining a light through it, brightens it up. When we have too much copper and too much red, it can actually pull a little bit darker. I wanted the G's to brighten it up. Again, it's summertime. I want it to feel bright and fun, sunny, and that's what this balayage gives right next to that really beautiful 6GC. So again, what are we mixing these colors with? Zero lift, yay! So make sure, I believe that was 10, 20, 35, almost 40 grams of our formula. So again, 40 grams of zero lift. And I applied this to her hair wet. So, and I let this process for, it was about 15 minutes. So after I washed off her base and washed off her lightener, I towel dried her and then applied from roots to ends because I didn't mind that it touched the base a little bit because it's sitting at around a level 8. It's not going to affect my level 6. And then I let this process for about 15 minutes, rinsed her. I didn't have to go over in root shadow at all because I had backcombed the highlights, so it's a little bit off the root, but it has a beautiful copper rose finish to it. So again, if you don't want it to have the rose and you just want it to be more of an orange copper, just drop the 5R. Just drop the 5R. Also, if you're wanting this to for example, if she lifts to a 9, and that's your intention, is it to be lighter and brighter, then you can go ahead and either eliminate the 7G and use the more 9G and do 25 grams of 9G with the rest of the formula the same. Or you can even drop a little bit on the 7C as well so that it gives a little bit more of a rose gold finish. If you drop the 5R, then it's just going to be more of a bronze gold finish, a copper gold. So there's lots of different ways to mix HydraGloss so that you can customize your formulas. So again, I will let you see her one side. Oh, she's so sad. She's so boring. It's summertime. She wants to look good and make it low maintenance. Okay, so come on in. Again, what happens with our Demi-Permanent base? It's going to fade slowly as it grows out. So again, it's less maintenance for them, which is summertime is everything, less maintenance. Also, our HydraGloss stands the test of time when it comes to washes. It is designed to last for, I believe, up to 30 washes, which is crazy for a Demi-Permanent, but it's true. I have clients that I will gloss their hair low light with HydraGloss and they come back for their appointment 8 weeks later and I'm like, wow, you don't even. I have one client specifically where we do this really beautiful rich neutral brown. I don't want to say it's ash, but it's like a neutral brown. And I use 6 ABV and 6 NT with HydraGloss on her hair. And when she comes back 8 weeks later, and I know she washes her hair often because I watch her stories, it looks the same. And, you know, she loves that. She can have that lastability, and HydraGloss does that for us. So, okay. Are there any questions, Sam? No questions. Okay. And you were able to get the formula and everyone's got that. We can move on from her. She's so pretty. Okay, we are going to move on to our shout formula. And switch. Oh, and I just noticed they all have names. So well, she didn't have a name. We'll give her a name. Okay. So this is the shout formula. I'm using Vivids here. And we know that our PRAVANA Vivids are semi-permanent. So we are not, you do not need to mix them with any developer. Move her back a little bit because she's got her tips done. Okay, so you can see her original base here. This was actually a mannequin from one of our classes earlier this year, which was highlighting our platinum toners. So this year is actually platinum blush and platinum spice. But I wanted to leave out her little face frame of platinum blush free because I thought it was so cute with the Vivid. So what I did here, because this is for our clients who want to be a little bit bolder. Again, it's summertime, warmth, boldness. What makes this more low maintenance for summer is that it is essentially like a peekaboo. If we want to, we can disguise it a little bit more. We can show it off. When she wears it back, even, it's just a little bit, you know, for a Vivids client, it's a little softer. We know Vivids clients usually don't care about that. They want to be seen. I tell my clients anytime they're getting something super bold, I'm like, are you ready? They're like, for what? I'm like, are you ready to go to the grocery store and have your hair talked about? Are you ready to go when you go through the bank? That's the comment. Everywhere you go, it's got to be bold and ready for attention if you're wearing Vivids. Ask me how I know. So what I did here is this is a melt. And I started on the top with Flame right here. Then melted it into Sunstone, which is this middle tone that you see kind of right in there. And then I tipped it out actually with Sangria. I do like to do that sometimes where I tip out the ends with the darkest color because I just think it's more fun. It almost looks kind of like a foxtail. Like it's super cute, stands out. So you can see the different tones. We have Flame melting into Sunstone and then tipped out in Sangria. And again, I left her little face frame out because it's just more fun that way. So when we're to be able to do something like this, when you're applying Vivids, you want to make sure that you are, when you're doing melt specifically, you're leaving space between your colors. So this, I actually had two sections. I sectioned her face frame out so you can actually see here. It's her face frame. So I sectioned it out and I had it actually covered with a foil with some conditioner on it just so that it would stick and stay out of my way. And I did a pretty good job about it not transferring. But when you are applying Vivids and melting, and actually we have a class that's our Rainbow Fantasy class that George Blanco actually put together for us this year, which is going to be highlighting more of the Vivids melt technique. And it's a whole class talking about how to do Vivids melting. So if this is not explaining it enough for you, that is another class we have available as well. So I went through and did Flame to right about in here. I can move this little guy. Oh, trying to see myself. Here, and then I did Sunstone, and then down here is the Sangria. And when you're applying it, you want to apply the Vivids in 2-inch sections and then saturate really well. And then the next 2 inches saturate, and then leave a little space, and then start on your next color, and you're going to saturate through, and then leave a little space and do the ends. And then my little trick that I like to use is I have gloves on. Please use gloves. Trust me. So when I have the gloves on, I will have like in my fingers, each space is a designated space for the blending. So for example, here, these two fingers would be for blending the flame and sunstone. And then I would switch to these two fingers and um, blend the sangria and the sunstone together. That way I have this for here, and I don't just remember which is which, because that way you're not, well, if you want to have a multiple blend color in between, that's up to you. But if the intention is to keep just the three, just remember which space in between that you use to blend. So, and I love the little tip of sangria. It's so pretty. It's kind of similar to what I have. And if anyone is curious, because everyone always asks me what my formula is for my color, and I'm going to completely expose myself because you guys can see that my rebirth is coming in because I'm just a girl. I have like a level, probably like a level 7, 8 blonde. And I actually use our Pravana Vivid's Everlasting Poisonberry with 20 volume to do, it's actually a permanent Vivid's. And then my ends of my hair are a mixture of magenta, wild orchid, and purple tourmaline, which is kind of a fun little surprise to put in there too. So if you guys are wondering, that's what it is. Okay, so again, any questions for us? Questions? So we've gone through our whisper formula, our talk formula, and shouts, and we've got some time. So we are, I'm gonna go ahead and style some of these mannequins for you so you can see the color a little bit more. Okay, so here's a little bit closer for her. And again, back here is Platinum Blush and Platinum Spice, but we're focused more on the Vivids today for summertime. So let's talk a little bit about Vivids care with our clients, because we do know that summertime, they are in the pool, they are on the beach. We do need to remind them that Vivids is best washed with cold water, or just kept out of the pool, or the ocean. If they do it, it comes with the cost. Vivids will, fade when we are doing that. But we do have a brand new line of our color care products. We've come out with an incredible addition to our PRAVANA family with our color care. We have the Cleanse, which is our clarifying shampoo, and that is really good for if they've got a lot of buildup from chlorine and things like that. And now with Vivids, it's going to takes a little bit of the color away, but it is probably the most gentle, and it smells incredible, cleansing, clarifying shampoo that I've ever used. But we do have our Color Care, Color Protect. That would be the best thing to offer our Vivids clients. And that comes in the red bottles when you go into Salon Centric Cosmoprof or any of this, I think it's RDA. I think that was what the other one is. You'll be able to see their beautiful packaging. We have our Moisture Marvel, which is going to be adding, that's a great addition for summer as well for our clients that are out in the sun and living their best lives. The Moisture Marvel shampoo and conditioner is going to be a great addition as well. And yeah, so we're going to style some of these mannequins for you. So, switch and go back to our blondie. Let me turn on my curling iron for you guys. Another really great thing about, again, we're just talking about HydraGloss a lot today just because it is my very favorite, and it is a great addition for summer as well, because you're going to be applying a demi-permanent color on your client. HydraGloss. I can't read the rest of that sentence, Samma. What's the question? Is it the HydraGloss formula for my blondie? Is that what the question is? Amanda, I want to answer your question, but I couldn't see the end of it. So I'm going to guess, I'll just go through all of the how long did I leave it on answers. For my blonde clients, the HydraGloss was left on for 15 minutes. I typically do 15 minutes, but I will watch it because it is progressive. Now, when it comes to the level 9s, I mean, how much can it really progress? If you mix it, you can trust it. With my 10s and 9s and things like that, I just trust the formula. But I do leave it on wet hair for about 15 minutes. I find like if I find that if I leave it on for only 5 or so, it doesn't give quite enough deposit for me. And then kisses. And then it's kind of almost a wasted product. Go ahead and trust your formula and leave it on for 15. And you can even leave it on for 20 minutes. So for her, I left it on for 15. And also for my copper girl back here, it was also 15 minutes for her rosy copper HydraGloss formula. So we love to use HydraGloss because we know that summertime is just summertime. People are going to come back. It's the fall. They want to richen up their hair. Or they want to do something different, or school's starting, or maybe, you know, they've moved past what their fun summer color, and HydraGloss is Demi-Permanent. So when we go through to highlight it again, or you know, over time, it's faded beautifully because it does wash out on tone. It makes the transition for when they want to change their mind, which they do, super easy. Super, super easy. I love that for us, and I love that for our clients. Because we know we change our minds. So you can see the blonde that is here. And this again is the Blonde Brilliance technique from our PRAVANA class by Melody Larissa. And it is beautiful. It's a TZ light with a face frame technique. And this is actually untoned. It still looks really beautiful because our ultra lightener does an incredible job at giving us even, gorgeous lift. We do have other options for lighteners. We do have our Tower lightener, which is up to 7 levels of lift, and our cream lightener, which is up to 9 levels of lift. But the ultra lightener is up to 9 levels of lift, and it does have our pre-mending technology in it, which is essentially a plant-based bonding treatment built in. So I did a much bolder face frame. We do have clients who want somewhat softer and somewhat bolder. So for this class, when I was doing it in the Salon Centric here in Duluth, Georgia, shout out to my favorite Salon Centric, I did the bolder face frame for my class. So you could see, but it's still soft. Because there are ways to do a bold face frame and still keep it soft. And I will tell you my little trick here as soon as I finish curling the front. Okay, so you can see, even though I did a bolder face frame here in the front, the first foil that I always do is actually a weave. So get a little bit closer so you can see her. So I will always weave the front, the very, very front. Unless specifically my client tells me that they want the blonde directly next to their skin, which that's cool, girl, but you're gonna have a root in like 2 weeks. I typically will suggest a weave. And then on this side specifically, I did a slice right behind the weave. And that's why she is bold and my good Sam. Somebody was trying to call me and interrupt our Zoom. I'm
Okay.
assuming Okay, thank you. And did I answer Amanda's question? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so again, she's bold when her hair is down and then soft when it's up, which we know that our clients are going to be at the pool or at the beach, or it's hot outside and they're over it and they want a ponytail, and that way they are able to wear their hair up and it is soft and beautiful. So I do a weave in the front and then followed by a side behind, and I did back-to-back slices here, which is why she's a little bit chunkier. Again, totally up to the client. It's super important to consult with your client as well and ask. Thanks, Amanda. To ask them, do you like a bolder face frame? Do you like a softer face frame? And guess what? Their answer is going to be like, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? So it's good to have an example or a photo of what that means. And then you can also explain to them that same thing as when you pull your hair up, do you want it to be right next to your hairline? When you wear it down, what do you prefer to see? These questions, it takes an extra 10 minutes maybe to ask your clients these questions. And it is going to save you so much time and save you that appointment where they call that you're not going to have, where they would have called you and said, hey girls, so about this face frame, I think it's too bold, or this face frame, it's not, I wanted it to be this or that. Just ask the questions beforehand, save both of you some time, and then everyone is happier. HydraGloss is also my favorite because it can blend gray. It's not cover gray as it is a Demi-Permanent, and for true gray coverage, we suggest our ChromaSilk permanent hair color. So our HydraGloss is going to be a great tool for gray blending, and I use it all the time. When it comes to gray blending, if you really do want to get what feels like coverage, I would suggest applying HydraGloss on dry hair and leaving it for the very minimum 20 minutes. You can leave it on longer. 20 minutes is the processing time for HydraGloss, but for gray blending, I do leave it on a little bit longer. That's my little pro tip. That's my little secret. Don't get me in trouble, Sam. So here you can see she's so beautiful. It's even untoned. Again, ultralighter has some incredible lift. And some clients do want that untoned blonde. Some clients do. What's really nice to know also with that is after our toner fades, because they've been in the pool 67 times, and they're like, girl, yeah, your toner will come off if you are, it's summertime, but you're still going to have a beautiful finish even after the toner has been stripped of its glory by the chlorine. Okay, I'll style this side for you. On this side, I did a little bit of a finer face frame. These are just back-to-back weaves. I did not do any slicing around the face. And this is our toned side. You can see she's a little bit more refined. She's bougie. This is the bougie side. And this is the I'm a wild girl. I don't need a toner. This is our this is our post-summer side, and this is our beginning of summer. Again, to answer Amanda's question, I processed her toner, the 9GBV and 9NT. What iron using? Oh, yeah. This is the Bio-Ionic Long Barrel 1-inch curling iron. And this is not sponsored by PRAVANA. This is just my preference, but it's the Bio-Ionic. I like the long barrel because it saves me time. I have a lot of extensions clients. I have long hair of extensions. And you can, as you can see, you can get through, you know, a large section. I call it in one bite. Does anyone else think about their curling iron like as like a little, like it has a little mouth? It's probably just, that's okay. Kids too much think of everything like in metaphors, and makes it easier for everybody to understand. Maybe I'm still a kid forever. Okay. Ah, she's so beautiful. The light coming in from my window. It is summertime, and Atlanta is trying so hard for us to, I couldn't read the rest of your response, but wish I could read faster, you guys. I see it and then it goes away. Yeah, Elena's trying its best to keep us in spring with all this rain. I don't know if you guys have also had rain, but it has been hot and sunny, and then we get like 6 days of rain. It's a tease. But I guess it's good because it gives our time for our clients to come and get their hair done, because they'd rather be in the salon when it's rainy than be in the salon and watching outside when it's hot and sunny and they want to be in the pool. I mean, that's what my clients think, as long as they bring an umbrella. So you can see this side, it did a little bit more of a finer finish to it, and this side is more bold. Yes, springtime rain, which is good. We need the rain, but I mean, okay. So the sun is coming through my window. It's getting brighter, which is perfect lighting for, let's see, does she have a name? Sometimes they have names. Okay, I guess we're gonna name her. I think her color, honestly, it reminds me of like Jennifer Aniston in Friends, or well, pretty much Jennifer Aniston all the time. So we're gonna call her Jennifer. How's that? It's giving Jennifer. And then her, it's giving, this is Jennifer. And then this is Jenny. And then I am a serial curl brusher. Sorry, guys, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, right? Okay, so I'm gonna brush her out for you. Again, this is Ultra Lightener Pure Raw Lift. Still really beautiful. Our lightener is elite. If you have not used it, please run and go use it. It's my favorite. It is everything. And then our finer sliced, bougier toned HydraGloss side. She's so beautiful, guys. Jenny and Jennifer. Okay. Okay, can't wait to style the copper. She's like, girl, making fun of me. I'm not going away. There we go. So again, it's time for her. Yay. Okay. Oh, where are we going? Again, isn't this amazing? The deposit here. And you can see even here, it's almost like she's got little strands of gray. Let me go a little closer. I'm trying so hard. Here we go. You guys see her little gray hairs? She does have one right there. Right there. I'm exposing her. So I was able to get that. Look how beautiful the deposit is with our 6 GBV and 0 lift. So no 20 volume. That way also, I think this one doesn't have a name. Oh. Okay, she needs a name. So I'm going to ask for suggestions. That's where I come in. Chat. Chat, what's her name? What's this girl's name? I'm waiting for suggestions. Somebody give her a name. Okay. So also, I don't know if you guys do this, but when I curl hair, I actually section parallel to the hairline. Scarlet, ooh, yes. No, Deborah is actually back here. So our Vivid's girl is Deborah. So, but yes, they are usually always Deborah. But I love Scarlett. That's her name. Thank you for the suggestion. This is Scarlett, guys. Scarlett had her grays blended with HydraGloss. The 5-minute toners. Now, if you're referring to express tones, we do still have express tones. They are amazing. They're amazing. They are our more of a rapid tone product. The HydraGloss is meant for anywhere between 5 to 20 minutes. So you have a little bit more time, and it's just a different process. It's going to be a little bit more customizable. And the range is all the way from I will show you guys. I'm gonna grab my book. You hang on to Scarlett. Watch her for me. She gets crazy. Coming back, guys. Okay. So HydraGloss is actually has the range all the way from a 1 to a 10. We are missing some of the colors in this book. This is a little bit of an older book, but you can see actually what that 5R and that 7, this is 7CR, I use 7C, but it's similar. It's a little softer, but the 5R, you see how rich that is, and that went into this formula. That's why I only use 3 grams. But yeah, so HydraGloss is going to be the full range, 1 through 10. And then we have those additional colors, the 6CG, 7C, 7G, 9G are, and 3R are some of the new colors that they put in there, are not in this book, but incredible additions. We needed them so very rarely. You can see that's this whole entire scarlet is covered in all those beautiful new colors. What I was answering. Oh, the platinum tones. Platinum toners and express tones are going to be a different part of the toning family, the toning options for Pravana. So express tones are going to be more of like a rapid toner. So that's what you're referring to, the 5-minute ones. And platinum toners, I believe, are also up to 20 minutes. And those are for levels 9 and 10 only. But HydraGloss can be levels 1 through 10. I hope that answered your question. Let's check out Scarlett's pretty balayage. Well, I don't call it balayage. It's really a backcombed highlight, but I did paint inside the foil for her, kind of on angles, which gives more of like a blended balayage effect. The thing is these days our clients come in, Scarlett needs a haircut. Our clients come in asking for balayage, but they don't know what they're I hate to say they don't know what they're talking about, but they don't know what they're asking for. So it's best to have visuals. Ask them, can you show me what you'd like with your hair? And if what they're showing you is a teasy light, we don't have to go in and say, that's not balayage. They don't know. So, you're happy to educate them kindly and just say, what you're seeing here is actually a rooted highlight or a teased highlight. A balayage is by definition means to sweep. It's French for which means to paint, sweep the hair with lightener, and it's open air processing. So if you're wanting to get that bolder dimensional look, let's go with something like a teasy light or a backcombed highlight, and then they feel like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because at the end of the day, they don't care what it's called. They just want it to look good. Am I right? I'm right. We don't need to school our clients. We need to kindly educate them so that they have the power of being able to communicate with us. Isn't this gorgeous? So pretty. A little bit closer so you guys can see it better. Oh, not that side. We do not want to look at that side. There we go. So you can see, even with short hair, this curling iron is like the goat. Not sponsored by Pravana, but it's definitely my sign of approval. So using color with 0, I couldn't quite finish that one. Sam, do you mind reading that last question for me? I couldn't finish it unless you can answer it, of course. I'm sorry, I missed the end of that question. I can only see the first 7 words.
Okay. So I think because it's a little, I'm trying to make it out. It says
Okay.
using a color with 0 as opposed to HydraGloss with 0. Okay. So
yeah.
it's asking
Okay.
about I think it's using maybe
ChromaSilk Permanent with 0 lift.
Exactly.
Yes, you can use 0 lift with ChromaSilk,
No,
but
you
because
can. I'm sorry.
sorry.
I'm gonna jump in.
Okay.
ChromaSilk cannot be mixed with 0 lift. So ChromaSilk Permanent can only be mixed with 10, 20, 30, or 40 volume.
Okay.
HydraGloss, platinum toners and express tones can be mixed with 0 lift. We used to be able to, but that's no longer the case.
Okay, great. Thank you for clarifying that. We do know that ChromaSilk is our permanent color, so it does have ammonia. So using 0 lift, just kind of like using 10, 20, 30 with HydraGloss is just a waste of product. Yeah. And we don't have time for that or money for it. Not these days. We are not wasting time or money. Again. So again, because this is on a mannequin, but it is a quick service. This was applied in 20 minutes, processed. I did process it a little bit longer than 20 minutes because of the lightener, because of the highlights. I needed them to be at level 8, and she was starting at like a 6. And so I did process the highlights for about half an hour with 20 volume. So ultra lightener with 20 volume and the foils. And then, so this specific HydraGloss did sit on for after application and total and everything probably about 40 minutes. So it's a 20-minute processing time, but this did sit on a little bit longer, just to be completely transparent. And it was on dry hair. Her base was on dry hair. The highlights were on dry hair. And then the toner was after I washed all of it off and then applied on damp, clean towel dry hair. Okay. So beautiful. We're going to brush her out, which I know there's some people out there screaming, going, why would you do that? There are clients out there who don't want their curls brushed out, but I cringe. I can't do it unless they have an event that evening or that weekend. They're like, please don't brush it out. I'm like, okay, girl, just walk away. I can't watch. So here we go. Isn't that gorgeous? Can we see the kind of, and it changes. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Obsessed. It's one of my favorite formulas for toning. Is anyone surprised by the formula? Thank you. Yes, with curls, right? It changes it. Yeah, is anybody surprised with the combo of colors for the formula? 7C, 7G, 9G, and 5R. It can be a little scary to put that. Again, if you see 5R on the swatch, you're gonna look at it and be like, no way. See it right there? But when you add just a little bit into it, it's the perfect touch. And that's why HydraGloss is so much fun, because we can customize. So good. Oh, she went from blah, sad girl, to hot girl for summer. So nice. And this is going to last her longer than she even realizes. She's gonna be like, girl, that color lasted me forever, and it washed out on tone, and you see how shiny it is. HydraGloss is hydrating as well. It's in the name, so it's easy to remember. So again, you can see how much gray blending it actually gave us, and all that deposit. And I'll show you the face frame up close. You guys can see how soft it is. That's that weave again in the front, followed by the slice, which you see when it's styled down. So beautiful. Okay, we've got about 7 minutes left. Any questions? And did we give her a name? Oh, Scarlett. Any questions for Scarlett before I put her back on the shelf? Yeah, she's so cute. La. Hot. Okay, no questions. So we can see she's got a name already, guys, as we suspected. This is Deborah, Debbie, Deborah, whatever we want to call her. And I'm gonna curl this melt for you guys so you can see how pretty it is. Again, this is our bolder look. This is flame into sunstone into sangria on the ends, which is part of the Pravana's Red Hot collection. Sunstone was in our collection before, but the flame and sangria were additions, I believe maybe last summer. So they're perfect every summer. I'm just gonna curl the front here. The rest of it's on a clip. for a reason. This on this side, you can see it's more ashy and silvery. This is platinum lilac and platinum smoke in the platinum toners, which were the other part of our toning collection. So, any questions for Vivids? We love our Vivids. Vivids need to go over pre-lightened hair, clean pre-lightened hair. I do sometimes apply my Vivids on wet hair, but it is suggested to apply them on dry hair. It will give a different look on wet, a little bit more diluted. This has been really fun, guys. It's interesting kind of like talking to myself for an hour, but I feel like I had you with me. So Zoom is an interesting world. I can't use, oh, what did they change? I'll leave that one to you, Sam. Deborah is ready to be asked about her hair 87 times a day, because that's what Vivid's clients secretly want, right? This is not shy girl hair. It's so interesting how much it changes the color when it's curled versus straight also. But they look good each way, which is super important. That was like the fastest curl of all time. So here, when it's curled, we'll let that cool off before I brush it out. And you can see them melt pretty beautifully there. Flame, Sunstone, Sangria, because it's kind of similar to my color. Okay, I'm gonna brush her. How do you guys feel about Vivids? Are we confident with Vivids? Our Rainbow Fantasy class will teach you more about melting, but Vivids can be scary, but just if you plan ahead and keep everything organized, have a towel next to you to wipe your hands between each color that you use, and just breathe, you can do it. I love that little tip of color. It's kind of unexpected, you know? 10 volumes. Oh, that's fine. Sam's answering the question. Another way that this kind of a bolder look can be even more bold but subtle is if you actually leave this top section right here and you separate it out and don't color it to the root and then start your Vivids right under that, then you have this veil of blonde and then they don't have it coming right out of the root. So again, that comes down to asking your client what they're looking for. How bold do you want this to be? Do you want to be bold, but it can be hidden so that you can showcase it when you part it to the side and it goes across your face? Like that's actually really cute too. I love Flame. It is such a beautiful color. And also, if you didn't know, this is my favorite thing to show because people are like, oh, what? If you look on the box of Pravana's Vivids, do you see these numbers here? Little numbers. The numbers are 7 through 10. This is probably, I don't know if it's backwards for you guys, but basically where it's circled is the level of lift that is suggested for the truest tone that is the Vivid is wanting to perfect, that we're trying to get for it to look like. So Flame is actually a level 9. So this is on a level 10, so it's even a little brighter than it is intended to be. But again, that's what's so great about Vivids. You can do really whatever you want and be creative with it. But Sunstone is on a level 10, so this is the right level meant for Sunstone. Let me see if I can Oh, just before I put these down, sangria is an 8. So if you're wondering when you pick up your Vivids, box, how bright do I need to get my blonde before I put this Vivid to get the right tone? There's your answer right there. So some of them are only level 7, which is really, really nice. But some are a 10, so it does need to be lifted to a 10 to get the true result. But if you can see, Sunstone is kind of a brighter, softer, kind of in between peach and orange. Honestly, it's beautiful. And then you've got your Flame, which is more rich. But this is the true to tone because it is supposed to be on a level 10. And then Sangria is an 8. So on a level 8, this will appear a little bit richer and deeper, a little bit more on the red side than pink. But on a level 10, it gives more pink. I might have to use that. Okay. Well, we are coming to our close. Thank you guys so much for coming. This is so fun. And I hope that you learned something and have some ideas for summer for your behind the chair that set you apart and give you a little bit more confidence to get summer started, since it's May, so it's around the corner.
Thank you, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.